There are so many kind of disaster took place all over the world now. We can see there storm attack many places in the world. Forest fire burning many spots in the world, and everywhere it's so big, so strong. Landslide, drought, flood. Anything happen more often and stronger than before, or anything can be the strongest, the worst thing in the history. It will be increased. It will increase every time. It will be more serious. And then in the same time, we have disaster from ourselves that caused by ourselves too, like war. The wars happen almost too big now, and then it seems like the war can spreading in many places in the world soon. In the same time, we're going to face economics collapsing or the money system collapsing. Many things can happen. Even pandemic can happen more, and every disaster will be stronger and more often than before. This is what we are facing now. The world changing so fast. In our lifetime, we will see many things that human never expected before from now on. So when we start to see like this, we know that many of them caused by human. We propagate so fast and we consume so fast. We train ourselves to be the good, the best consumer. But we did not train ourselves to be producer. We consume natural resources as fast as we can. But so very tiny amount of people who try to work hard to grow more, to propagate more natural resources. So the number of people who consume and the number of people who produce is not balanced. It's way more difference. That's why we will have more disaster happen and faster than in the past. How can we prepare ourselves? How can we facing the changing world now? We cannot expect anything from the government because the government controlled by greed, the greedy feeling of human all over the world gather together become government. So what they are doing, they just think about how much they can consume. So the government will not solve the problem, but they will create more problem for the world. Who will solve the problem is ourselves. The first thing we can do to prepare ourselves is train ourselves to be able to help ourselves in every situation. We need to train ourselves to be able to do many things, to be handyman, to be all-purpose abilities, to have all-purpose ability. We need to be able to run, to swim, to grow food, to use tools, to use our body to do many things. Prepare our body first. Train our body to be able to do many things as much as we can, as many things as we can. That's the most important thing. But because now we did not train our body much. We train only our brain. How can we make money without working hard? That's what we are training all over the world. So most of people don't know how to use their body anymore. This is the weak point that we need to look at it and change it before the disaster happen. And then the second thing is we need to develop our ability to help ourselves about food. How can we get food? How can we grow food? How can we cook food? How can we know the good food to eat? And in shelter, how can we build our simple shelter easily? How can we make a small hut, a small house? Or how can we use our body to build some tiny thing to protect ourselves? And learn, train ourselves to be able to do some basic thing that we need in our life. And learn about self-healing as much as we can. So this is what we can prepare ourselves for. To prepare to learn this thing doesn't need a lot of time. We learn very quick, like building houses. You can learn how to build houses in 1 or 2 weeks easily. We can learn how to make table, make tools, everything easily in a few days. So it's not too hard. And if we develop ourselves to be able to help ourselves enough, the next thing is we need to networking with a small group, thinking about local economy. Small group help each other, trade each other, depend on each other more. If we have many groups, each group can help themselves, and each people do what they love, what they like. Each group do what they have skill, what they have material. So each area will do different thing, and when we can trade each other, we can rely on each other. So if we do like this, we will have many small independent groups that they can depend on themselves everywhere. Whatever happen, we can survive. If some crisis happen here, this group maybe have the big impact, but another group still survive. They can come and help each other. But all of us have to drink only one soft drink from one company. If that company have problem, everybody will have problem. And then we don't know how to drink anything else. Like now, if many people eat only instant noodle, we don't know how to make instant noodle. And then the material come from very far away, and the whole business belong to one company, one corporation. If that instant noodle have problem, all of us will have problem, will have big impact. So think about localization, think about helping ourselves and helping each other, create our communities. Many small communities come together and rely on each other. This is the way I think we can prepare for all kind of disaster that will happen in our life soon. If we don't prepare, it's end of the world. But if prepare, we can be independent. Even there's nothing happen, we're still okay. We are independent. We help ourselves. So it's important to think about it, because it happens more and more. The crisis, the disaster increase a lot. Soon it will be us who will face that. When that day comes, if we prepare well, we are okay.